All right. Looks like we're live, gentlemen.
Woohoo.
And everybody out there in YouTube land, welcome to What's in the Box this week, the show where we show comics with no rhyme or reason. But I did ask Ray to concentrate on a certain genre and time period and era. But let me say hello to my co-host here in a minute. For that are with me. I think we're going to probably be joined in a bit with a few others. But of course, right below me, my fellow Hall of Fame nominee on the Comic Book Community Awards, who
We're
I believe
both still 35 in spirit.
Yes, we are. Correct. It's the heart is what matters, right? It's like we're young at heart, right? But Damien, thank you. A sleepy reader. Of course, I watched you even before I was on YouTube, and I never thought that we would become, friends like we have. But it's truly an honor to have you on my shows as always.
And I am so glad to be free to be able to make it. I always wish I could be on the show, but today our regular appointment got canceled. So I said, "Hey, I can be with Roger and Ray."
Hey.
So
all right,
that was
all
my
right.
first
Well,
thought.
yeah, baby. I hope that didn't inconvenience anybody in the future.
No.
Okay. And of course, to my immediate, well, left or right, depending on how you look at the screen here, he's to my right. I'm looking. Is none other than Greyman, the Silencer Man. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. How's everybody doing out there? I got my donuts.
Yeah.
Fuel.
Ray is known for his. Look at that. I only got water. I just had dinner, so. Ray is known for his proclivity to have snacks and other confections around during the show. Mm-hmm. So that's something you'll see from time to time. And I'm going to have a question for the community later on as well. But before we start, let's get into the chat. Right off the bat, even before we started, we have Scotty saying, "Hi, is Justice League of America 202 related to other sci-fi comics? The expose seems unnecessary to the actual comic." I don't think I have that one, so I can't opine as to what it is. Yeah. But I will look into
Something
it.
to look up.
Yeah, that's interesting. Of course, another member who was nominated as I forgot what the category, supporter.
The Blue Wrench category?
Blue Wrench, that's right. And honestly, probably gets my vote. Is Las Cruces James. He is in every chat I've ever seen on YouTube with the comic community. Yeah. So
he's everywhere.
He must have 3 or 4 screens in front of him so he can be on them all.
Either that or he's somehow omnipresent. One of the two.
Right.
Yeah. So of course we have Damien here, my friend from way back when, and hopefully we can get together with NammaN again. He's recovering. He's doing well. I talked to him not long ago.
Oh, good.
Oh, look who we have here. Our buddy from Connecticut. Sorry, skipped it. Higgy Pop.
Higgy.
Welcome, Higgy.
Higgy Pop.
You know what? Right now, Higgy is the only comic book YouTuber that Quacking Duck wants to watch.
Wow. Now that is high
always
praise.
Ask me, is there a new Higgy video out? What did Higgy say?
Yeah.
So
how he didn't get nominated for comedic, I don't know.
I know.
But,
yeah. He also could be best channel in his whatever category.
Yes, in his
I would have easily voted for him. Or I did nominate him in both, but so it goes.
I know I nominated him for a couple things, but I don't remember what it was so long ago. One of the best on YouTube, John's Comics with Kids.
And he did get nominated. Congratulations, John.
Yes, congratulations. I think for several categories.
Yes.
Collaborative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Collaboration, omnibuses, maybe another one. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He's definitely one of the best people on YouTube. I hope to meet him someday.
And speaking of the Comic Book Community Awards, we have none other than Brian LCS, the originator, the
impresario.
The impresario. That's perfect. Thank you very much.
He has an awesome channel too.
He does. He does a lot more than that. He's
self-published or kickstarted a comic book and has more comic books coming. He's an amazing guy.
The Doctor. I saw him at Heroes Con. He did that series, that great series about what's the oldest comic book in every state.
Right,
seen
the
that
oldest
video.
shop in every state.
Yeah, 2-3 times. I actually want to go to the one here in Jersey. It's not far from me. My buddy Mark, Four Color Commentary, another very underrated channel. He's
I
currently
like to
doing
watch
a
every
lot of,
video Mark does.
yes, currently going through the Atlas Seaboard comics and commenting
love
on
it.
those. So check that out as well. Let's see, Kenneth Bird is here. How you doing? See what Les Cruz says. I try. Yeah, well, you do more than try because you accomplish. Here's a buddy of mine from the Cheap Comic Collector Claim Streams, TJ.
Okay.
Got a bunch of comics yesterday on the Monday stream. And here's my friend Dave from Georgia. How you doing? I am here. We do these mystery trade boxes every year. Great guy. Let's see what Brian's saying. Higgy, Four Color, Kenneth, TJ. Hi. Oh, you're back. Okay, so you must have gone. Maybe your dad called you or something. All right. Did I miss the? No, you did not miss an answer because we don't have an answer currently. But we will be looking into it. She's a sweetheart. I think he means sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart.
She doesn't look that sweaty to me, but I should have been nominated in the most scattered topics in one channel. Well,
that is
I don't
true.
think there's such. Yeah, if there was such a category, I bet you'd be up there. Yeah,
I think people who are more eclectic get left out because
yes,
they're not obviously a comic book channel.
I noticed that as well. Yeah, that if you're a variety channel or you have a lot of different diversifications in your channel, it somehow you're not. Although that's not always the case. There are a couple channels there that kind of went to other things too, but they're so big, I guess, that they have a lot of members to vote for them. Here's my buddy Jeffrey from Florida. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Does he have a channel?
He does. Yes, Comic Curator.
I like that name, Comic Book Curator. That's good.
Yes, he does. Absolutely. And speaking of the last member of the old guys who like comics, here is none other than NammaN.
Yay. Guys, what's up?
Whales are
Welcome,
not
my friend.
monsters.
Huh?
Whales are not monsters.
Whales are not monsters.
Whales are not monsters.
QNS, how you doing, buddy? Another
NammaN's a monster. NammaN's a monster.
another frequenter of the Cheap Comic Collector streams. Here's Hack, who is like just cutting it up. He's getting all kinds of stuff lately. Great to see somebody like that, who's been on YouTube for a while, just take off. Here's another recent friend, Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Welcome. I think Matt is his name. He's also part of the Chaotic stream with Psychotronic Gun and Cheap Comic Collector.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nostalgia channel. Yep, you certainly are. Bridezilla, welcome. I haven't seen you in a bit. Great to see you here, my friend. And you're getting like wormy.
Hey.
That's dignified. Yeah. All right. So, how you doing, NammaN? First, I know you came in later. How's everything going? You're recovering okay?
Yeah, I'm coming okay.
Yeah. You also got nominated for a favorite community artist.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Did you know it? Did you know you were nominated?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I let him know if he just in
Thanks,
case.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
I think he has one of those cameras with AI that thinks it's so smart as it follows him around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I had one of those.
He's a clever one. He is. Yeah. He's a clever one. All right, Ray, you ready to go, my friend?
Otherwise, I'd be going shaking everywhere.
Nah, you're doing great, man. You're doing great. All right, Ray. Open us up, my friend, and then we'll see what NammaN and Damien have in store for us.
Roger wanted to see Silver.
Hey, welcome. Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
He made me tear apart my whole room just to look for DC books for him.
That cruel Roger.
Right? Leave that. Okay, Roger. Here you
Real
go.
Rude. How you doing, buddy?
It's not DC, but it's Silver. Hi ho.
Boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Touche. Touche, Ray. You got me.
That's a beautiful cover too. I like the painting.
That is a gorgeous cover. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Let's
No.
go. Oh, okay.
All right,
Hey, I don't pressure anybody on this stream. You know what I mean? You show what you want.
here we go.
Oh,
Heroes.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wait a second. They're missing things, right? Oh, okay.
It's not quite exposed, but it's very provocative.
Yeah, it looks like it's all falling off pretty soon.
Yeah. It defies several laws of gravity, but hey,
Was I supposed to put tape over that?
no, it's not exposed.
Is that a comic he did for the armed forces, or is that something else? I know he did stuff for the armed forces that had naughty pictures.
I'm not sure. I think Bub knows a lot about it. Maybe he'll swing by later.
All right, Brave and the Bold, Batman, and Black Canary. 1970 is Silver Age, right?
Oh yeah, 15 center.
Okay.
Some people say yes, some say no.
I still say yes. 15 cent to me is Silver Age.
Yeah.
Is that Ray or Willie Nelson? Good one, Jeffrey. Good one, buddy. Good
Batman
one.
and the Dead Man. Number 86 from 1969.
Oh, some
Neil
nice Neil
Adams.
Adams there. Yeah.
Yep.
Dead Man had such a great look; it was perfect for Neil Adams art.
You're right. So such, and not only look, but it was so unique. you
I know.
know?
Every time I see Deadman, I think
Metamorpho, number 2 from 1965.
Metamorpho. He's a weirdly strange character.
He's really strange.
True.
And
Yeah,
my
there were only
daughter
two
and I
issues.
were reading an issue with Metamorpho in it, and he turned into a gas, and people breathed him in. My daughter can't stop joking about Metamorpho.
Oh, boy.
9 from 1966.
Nice.
He can be gases, huh?
He could be gas, solid, liquid.
Wow.
Yeah, he can turn into any element. I think
Right.
within and all kinds of proportions and all kinds of malleability. Kind of like Metal Men in that sense, except Metal Men can only be that. what they're
Brave and the
metal.
Bold, number 57.
Ooh,
Appearance.
is that his second appearance?
Man.
Second or third appearance? I think.
You
First.
remember the character from Deep Space Nine in Star Trek?
Yeah. What was his name?
Odo?
Odo.
Odo, yeah.
Odo. That's it. Good one.
Right,
Good
he
one.
was
Damien.
like made of liquid silver or something.
Yeah.
Hey,
Chris.
DC.
Welcome.
And then he
Man, welcome.
they
You're
all
also
mix
nominated for
on
Best
the
Hair. I believe.
ocean. They have ocean of their own.
Oh, right, he came from an ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimate 3. Dial H.
Jacob,
for
welcome, my
Hero.
friend. Great to see you here.
Hey, man. What's up?
Ooh.
1967.
If Greyman were here, he'd be like, "Put it in my pile."
Yeah. Dial
No
H.
man, E-Man says he has a package for you.
Oh yeah, I have actually. I need to send that package out to one of these days. I'll be able to. I hate to send stuff out with my wife along. She has to drive now.
It's a reprint, but it's
You
still.
don't want her to see all you're sending out.
That's a reprint one. Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
reprint, but it still says
250
Silver Age.
Well, you take things literally, my friend. That's for sure. Yeah, his natural state is fluid. He sleeps in a dish.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a true fan right there. When you know those kinds of
Number
minutia.
159.
Scotty's talking about Odo, isn't he?
Yeah, correct.
1966.
Higgy, love the Metamorpho. Hey, send me a list of what you need for Metamorpho. I'm going to a show in a couple weeks. Oh, that's a good one. That's I saw that one somewhere. That Hypno Man looks familiar. I think Gray showed that in the show. Yeah.
Ouch.
Maybe split cover or something.
Number 163.
You got it, my friend.
1966.
Sakama G.
Sakama G. Do you know, did they make up Sakama G, or is that something kids said back then?
Damien, even we're not that old.
I know we aren't.
So
Yeah, I mean, if anyone should know, I should know. I'm older than you, but I don't.
you are
I just
by a
thought
little
someone-
bit, but no. I don't. I think they probably made it up. I've never heard anybody use that
Yeah.
except Great Man, of course. But
The king of curses.
King of Curses. Wow.
1967. Challenges of the Unknown. From no date on it. Number
No date.
72.
Yeah, March.
No year on it.
Well, no, but it's probably 1970 and 69,
Probably
70.
70.
Yeah, that looks like Neil Adams too, right, Damien? Does that look
Yeah,
like
it does.
Yeah, I was trying to decide.
Yeah.
It must be Neil Adams. Yeah. 15 cents must be either like late 69 or 70, I think.
1970. This one is
All right.
15 center.
I love books where a giant hand is reaching onto the cover.
Yeah, we had that category on Cover Slingers once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Ray picked it, in fact.
Yep, giant hands.
Yeah.
Number 70 from 1969.
Wow.
Looks like Adams also.
Cool.
I didn't know Challenger went back way back.
Oh, yeah. Kirby did it way back when in the, I think, late 50s.
Right. Very late 50s, just before going back to Marvel.
Right. And then there's the whole controversy of, whether Fantastic Four was based on them.
Right.
1968.
That's a good
Devil's
giant hand. Two giant hands, I guess.
More giant hands.
12 cents.
Challenge of the Unknown, number 38. From 1964.
Veteran troops.
He keeps it up high, so there's no, problems with the lower body.
Unknown.
Cool.
Unknown. Bob Brown, artist.
Bob Brown. Wow. Yeah, giant borders. I'm with you. I think those are just neat the way they frame the art. Yeah, I like it.
Reprint, number 1.
Yeah, that's the Silver Age. Yeah, Silver Age. Yeah.
Silver
I
Age.
have that series. Yeah.
Okay, and Beyond the Unknown, number 1. 1969.
NammaN has that one.
Oh yeah, I do.
Turtle Men.
Roger knows my inventory better than me.
Well, I gave it to you, so I know. Yeah.
Number 4 from 1970.
Cool.
Yeah. I guess
I believe these are mostly reprints from Mystery in Space, Strange Adventures with new covers, or some have new covers.
And number 5 from 1970.
No, oh, cool. Unmasking the Gorilla. Great.
I love the checked suit.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Here's a
Issue
classic.
67. Yeah.
A Silver Age classic. Reprint.
Yeah.
Good old Bernie.
Yep. Louise Simonson, or was she Louise Jones back then? I forgot.
83 from 1969.
That's a great cover too.
It is a great. That is. I just that kind of that lighting effect. Where it's almost like, it's not rays. It's sort of sparkling out. I love that.
82 from 69.
Definitely Neil Adams on that one.
Oh yeah, Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Zoot suit with the reet cleats. Yeah.
Witching Hour, number 3.
Yep. Captain Carrot. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
69. Nakati.
Nakati. That is the hugest trade dress. Look at how big that is.
Yeah.
I mean, that takes up a third of the cover or so. Wow.
Yep.
I mean, you cannot miss that one.
Creeper, number 3 from 68.
That one looks familiar.
Sicko.
Ditko did those kind of goofy characters so good.
67, 66.
Boy, Ray, you did a good job finding these, man. You think that you did a good job, man.
All right, somebody else go.
Was that Russ Heath on that?
What?
Was that Russ Heath on that cover? Hard to say. Yeah, maybe somebody look it up. NammaN, you ready to go, my friend? You got something to show?
Okay.
All right.
So I've been reorganizing my my books lately.
Oh boy.
And what I did, remember my little bench,
Yes.
Roger?
Yeah, sure do.
I decided to keep the benches a little light, so I pulled a lot of short collections out. And like for instance, DC, I kept Superman in there, Batman in there. In the Marvel, I left Spider-Man in there, Avengers in there.
So but the longer titles.
Key characters. So I
Whoa!
usually.
How you doing, my brother? Good to see you here, buddy.
So this is from Marvel Bronze Age, from Marvel Spotlight to W, letter W. So, okay, so I don't know. Oh, this is miss. Already it's missing. I don't see W. What has happened? Oh, I know what happened.
Well, that's a pre-Avengers appearance there.
Pre-Defenders, you mean?
Thank you, Damien.
This is not filed in yet. So okay, that's
right. Does NammaN understand there were some issues that were like the Defenders before the Defenders came out?
Yeah, we've spoken about it.
You've spoken about that before.
Yeah, we've spoken about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are. I like finding those. That's cool.
Okay, so this is Rom to Submariner. Okay, Rom to Submariners. Okay, that was a in-depth Submariner. So that was Submariner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bill Everett might have done a few of those covers when he came back to Marvel.
For a while, he was doing the interiors, I think, and writing it too for a while.
Oh,
hey,
that's one of my all-time favorites.
The Wormy.
Good game.
Yeah, Robert E. Howard did a lot of
you guys don't test me. You guys don't want to test me now? You're testing my memory. I need to be testing my memory now.
All right.
Whose art is that?
Yeah. Who did that cover?
Becca's nose.
Who?
Hey, Jackson Roy Kirk.
That's the question.
It's the Who's on the Shelf show. Hey. Nice. Now, Dr. Doom is really hot now.
Super villain team up.
Who did that cover, NammaN?
You think you can, Willie?
I think it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have a question. Roger, you guys show a lot of covers, but what is some of you guys' favorite reads?
Oh.
Good question. I'll start, and then we'll go around, and you can say what you wish, right? For Marvel, I think Master of Kung Fu is probably my favorite overall. Very nice. Excellent. I love a supervillain team up, by the way. It's unique because it's not the villains per se, but it's the troubles, the internal issues that they have with each other. And for DC, there are so many great runs, but Metal Men has always been my favorite since I was a kid. It's just goofy and wacky, but I love it. Tarzan of the Apes.
Yeah, I read some Metal Men this year, and I was amazed how goofy and wacky it was.
Oh,
I didn't realize what I was getting into.
Yeah. It's out there.
I actually like this version of Tarzan from Marvel. I like DC too, though.
Yeah, I have a few. Yeah, 2-in-1 was a fun read. I agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. It didn't have a lot of character development, but definitely some, but it definitely was a fun read.
And I actually like John Carter. Same time these guys came out. John Carter, the World.
Oh right, yeah, they had it at the same time. Yeah, when they got it right.
Yeah, Surf Blue's a big Metalman fan. I've sent him a few.
So, well, I'll say some of my favorites for the
Yeah, please.
Silver Age. I now love. Speaking of Goofy, I love Lois Lane, Superman's girlfriend.
me too. Me too.
Wow.
And for Silver Age Marvel, it's a cross, but somewhere between Thor and Fantastic Four. Just the Jack Kirby
Oh, I
era.
like that
Those
one.
blow my mind.
That's
So I
great picks, great picks.
reread those a lot.
Yeah, great. I was really surprised how good that Thor run was. I have from like the 160s on, and it was like just I couldn't let it go. I have the whole run, through the 300s. I was like, I think I read it all in like a week or so. I was just like binge reading it. I couldn't drop it. Here is my actual cousin, Richard Perez.
Finished John Connor. So
I like that one.
I read first 10 issues.
He and I used to be the only two in the family that collected comics, read comics, and he's a big Daredevil fan. He's trying to get the whole run. He's missing maybe a few dozen issues or so.
Oh, I'm doing some little repeat because ooh,
the Pencer.
4 of those?
Because Pence.
Oh, Pence variant.
Did you pick that up at Koch's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I went back several weeks ago, NammaN.
Yeah, I think I was showing Pence before too. So it was more.
I went back several weeks ago to Koch's, and it's a mess. I mean,
it's gone.
It's like it looks like a hurricane went through. When we went, it was pretty messy, but now it's like forget it.
Okay. It was a good mess. All we had was a good mess, right?
Oh yeah. That was a good day.
Too much darkness.
I found next to nothing. It was
too hard to search through.
Yeah, it was too chaotic. I mean, listen, I've been through some of the dingiest things to find comics you can imagine. So if I'm saying that,
you got
Who drew that?
Hey, stuff. Morgan King.
That's
another great
Gil, right?
That's a classic Gil Kane cover.
Yeah, classic stuff. Yeah.
What number is that?
Huh?
What number?
On
number 1.
Yeah.
I agree, Damien. Lois was a later discovery for me also, as far as actually reading it. Yeah, the ones I've read
I just
have been
started reading it a few years ago, and it's hilarious. It's so hilarious.
Well, Gil Kane.
Is that the one I reassembled for you?
Probably. Looks like it needs to.
Yeah, we found that at the dollar bin there in Collector's World.
It's barely living right now.
Yeah, I listen. To get that back together was mission impossible. Okay, that thing has more wood glue than my floor back in Florida.
Another one of those classic.
Nice.
He became a whole new character there.
Yeah.
Totally. When Starling got him, it's unrecognizable from the previous.
I liked both versions.
I did too, but for very different reasons.
Yeah.
Well, for a night.
Nice.
That's a scary cover.
Hey, yeah. Is this Gil Kane, guys?
See from here.
Could be.
I think so. Just looking at that arm and hand.
The arm and hand and the nose, yeah. But the inking is very, very heavy.
It looks like Tom Palmer inking or Klaus Janson inking.
I would say Klaus Janson, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Both of those are heavy inkers. They changed the style.
So Richard needs 1 through 8, 16, and 168 to complete. I'm looking for you. When I go to the conventions, I couldn't find any of those.
Of what series?
Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil.
Yeah.
What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic?
Oh, the very first
Nice.
What If?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think-
much.
I think this is the first. What do you say? This is. I'm gonna say this is the first. Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk, yeah.
Yeah, this is the first Professor Hulk.
Well, there was an issue of Incredible Hulk where he did have his brain damaged for like.
But this is before that. This is before that, though.
Okay, all right.
I read a whole modern series where Branner's brain was in him the whole time. Everything from What Ifs eventually became canon.
True, yeah.
Part of the real story.
Hey, Fireball, how you doing, buddy?
Spider-Man
here.
was in the Fantastic Four during the Jonathan Hickman run and probably some other runs too.
Roger says he's the best Perez comments. I did not say that. My cousin is very, very special to me. We grew up together, and he's more like a brother than a cousin to me. So
That's awesome.
hey, that is definitely a Gil Kane.
Oh yeah.
Now, and that's another, like the Invaders were one of those issues where it was, obviously they never existed until Roy Thomas wrote them into continuity. So they were kind of a what if series in a sense.
That's a good point. Yeah.
What if? They do so many Captain America what ifs.
Yeah.
Oh, more fantastic what ifs too, by the way.
Yeah.
What if fantastic?
Fantastic Four did what?
A different
different
superpower.
A different super. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the one? That? What if the Marvel bullpen got superpowers? That's ridiculous.
That one is silly, but it's fun.
I love it, but I mean, it's just totally and utterly ridiculous.
I actually like this one. What if?
Mm-hmm.
And some of the spider people they thought of. You're right. You're right, Sleepy. Eventually, all these characters become.
Flash Thompson, definitely, right?
I think the writers literally went back to what ifs and like, I need a plot. I'm running out of anything new to say. And
yeah, why not? Right? Why not?
Well, I mean, okay,
Jane
so I
Foster
don't get
became
it.
Thor.
Yeah. Yep.
This is they recognize this as first Taurus, right? First female. I mean,
First Lady
Jane
Thor.
as a Thor, right?
Yep.
They recognize this as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Why is it
Yep.
issue number 2 is not recognized as a first Professor Hawk? Why this is accepted as a first female Thor?
Those are the vagaries of the comic, establishment. It's just why is one logic work for one and not the other? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, be freaking consistent, man.
If you make a YouTube video convincing everyone that that's the first appearance of Professor
Right.
Hulk, then it may change.
Yeah. Now, Jackson Roy Kirk making a comment. Oh, so many what ifs became canon. Lady Thor, Conan in modern times, Smart Hulk, Elektra lived, Spider-Man clone lived. Yep. Yeah, they can't come up with their own
More
ideas.
Fantastic Four what ifs.
That's the
There's
one.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got a
Jack Kirby as Stan Lee as Mr. Fantastic. Jack Kirby is the Thing. Who was the lady? I forgot.
Oh, Flo Steinberg.
Flo Steinberg, right, as the Invisible Girl. And who's the Torch? Is that Sinna?
Where's my Asian representation, like Eric Chin or something in there?
This is the Marvel bullpen.
Is the Torch like John Verputin or something like that?
God, I don't recall who the Torch
Saul
is.
Brodsky, maybe?
Oh, Saul Brodsky.
One of
that would
those
make
production people.
Yeah, that would make sense. Saul
It was
Brodsky
kind
would
of
be
funny putting him in there because no one knows who he is.
Yeah, but
Unless
that
they
makes sense.
read,
He
like,
was definitely part of
fanzines
that.
or something.
Conan
Yep.
Coming to the Future.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
And there's so many of these.
Hey, Joe, how you doing, buddy? I don't know why Joe was not nominated for one of the favorite channels. I mean, that's mystifying to me.
It's all very random. It's
Yeah, I
all
know. I just
Joe definitely deserves it, but
I
so
definitely-
many people
absolutely.
deserve it.
I was shocked he wasn't in there, but anyway.
Elektra, of course, does live still.
Yeah, I mean, she died, but she got better.
Right, as so often happens.
Oh, I don't know why I got this, but I got it. Oh, I know. I think I picked this up at the Seattle. What's that?
Oh, thanks, buddy. Love you. You know how much I love you, and I'm not ashamed to say that 1,000,000 times into the top of my lungs. Cream City, hey, buddy, how you doing? Wow,
I
it's
assume
been a
Worlds
while.
Unknown, that's reprints of the pre-superhero monster stories.
Well, some of those are actually new adaptations.
Is it? There was one series that had adaptations of science fiction
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
Was that
Some
right?
of them, not all, but some of them were.
I don't understand why is it some of them are classic tales and some of them are Worlds Unknown presents.
Sometimes they had inventory stories, and so they wanted to publish them, so they would put them in random things that didn't make a lot of sense. I think that's probably what happened with Sim.
That was a movie adaptation, I think.
Yes, correct.
Oh, is this a movie? Oh,
Right. So maybe since the movie wasn't so popular, they just stuck it in Worlds Unknown instead of giving it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
okay.
But they do those kind of things with inventory stories all the time. Marvel fanfare is essentially all.
And someone else go next.
So
hey Joe, Jackson Lloyd Kirk.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks. This is the kind of stuff that I love. The way that the comic book community awards brings so much exposure to the community, but nothing can compare to the camaraderie and the love that that we have here in this community. Nothing. I mean, that's
completely agree. That's what it's all about.
No award is even close. I mean, I'm not degrading it by any means because I think it's a great thing, but no award can replace the amount of relationships that I've made here and how much has enriched my life. None. So let's go with Damien. Let's go with Damien here. I want to see what Damien got here.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to just 1981, I think. Warrior magazine.
Wow.
Which was a British magazine that did get distribution, at least in the American comic book shops I was going to at the time. This is number 2. So it is where V is for Vendetta and the Mr. Miracle, not Mr. Miracle, the Miracle Man / Marvel Man, Alan Moore stories started. So this is
Bill,
where
how you doing, my friend?
first discovered Alan Moore.
Welcome.
Hey, Bill.
Warning, Jackson Reitkirk is in the chat.
I guess I have these out of order. Oh well.
But he's on his best behavior tonight. Let me just say that.
Here's Warrior number 3. And for those who don't know, it was an black and white anthology magazine.
Where did you get these, Damien? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I got these at a comic book shop in somewhere in upstate New York. When I was, I had just come back to comics around age 18, 19. And it had these Alan Moore stories in it that blew me away. But everything in it was cool. So, and there's the V is for Vendetta, or the early black and white version.
Cool. Yeah, you have to be careful what context you say that in, Jackson. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, these are totally out of order. So this was what issue number 1 looked like. So I don't know. I think they had full U.S.
That's a pretty cool looking concept there.
That is very cool. Yeah.
They had full U.S. distribution in the comic shops because they had both 50p and a $2 price back when the British pound was worth a lot more than it is now.
Right. I don't remember ever seeing that. What year is that, Damien?
I believe it's let's see.
Christina.
1982. So I thought it was 81. It's 1982.
I was definitely
Cyborg.
I was definitely in the comic shops at that time, so I don't remember seeing those.
Maybe only some comic shops carried it.
That was down in Florida, so maybe.
But I was in upstate New York, so it wasn't like being in New York City or some central area. But
hey, Christina Payne, welcome. Great to see you here.
And even this Axel Press button later got reprinted in an American, like Eclipse or someone like that.
Yeah, Axel Press button.
So, how much time do I have to tell you that I like black and white better? How much time?
Hey,
this is beautiful black and white. It was almost a shame when some of these got colorized for the American versions.
Yeah.
Like I think V is for Vendetta.
There are definitely some, some characters and some story elements that show better in black and white.
Yeah. And when an artist knows when a talented artist knows he's working in black and white, they do things to make the black and white, very exciting.
Yeah. I think the detail is a little bit better in black and white because there's not that contrast that they have to be sharp. So
right. They don't have to leave space for the colorists, so they can just show off what they can do. Anyway, it was a very exciting time for me. It was this and Frank Miller's Daredevil that made me say, "Whoa, comics are something really cool to read." Even though I'm an old guy now at 18 or 19.
Ooh.
Because
Hey, Aaron, how you doing,
when you're
friend?
18 or 19, it's more important that you pretend to be grown up.
There's our buddy Aaron. He's going to have a
Aaron, how are
get this, guys. Aaron on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern is going to have $1 claim sale. $1 per comic.
$1 for comic. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I mean you can't beat that with a stick. So
And it's all Silver Age, right?
well that.
Hey, I'll take Bronze Age. I'll take all Bronze Age. $1.
But
Just box them up and send it to me if it's all
his link is below in the description. So sub him up. Be there on Saturday if you want to get some cheap comics. That's all I'm saying.
Aaron is a fantastic guy.
Absolutely.
And very talented.
Oh, they said the psychotic cyborg is still there too.
There's number 6. Sorry, I didn't get these in order ahead of time, but
Hey, they're gorgeous, man. I love seeing. I've never seen these before, so every time I see something new like this, I'm like totally intrigued.
yeah, I mean, I have no idea how good the distribution was. That's kind of a cool cover.
I guarantee you that those did not make it to my shop.
Comics.
I guarantee you, because I definitely would have noticed them. Let's put it that way.
Oh, you saying these came out about the same time Heavy Metals came out?
A little later. I mean, Heavy Metal started in 1977.
No, this is not a claim sale here. Saturday at Aaron's channel. Hey, here's another amazing member of the community, Trev. Congratulations!
Hey, Trev.
All
Yeah.
kinds of nominations.
Very good nominations.
I've already voted for Trev, during the awards, and just a great builder of this community.
I haven't seen all the who's Trev's in there.
Yeah, there he is, right there.
Well, congrats.
Yeah.
And in the same pile, I found a whole bunch of Savage Swords.
Oh, sure. Why not?
63.
Rub it
I'll
in,
sell this
Damien.
for $100 if anyone wants it.
What you need for anything, Roger?
Number
What's that?
80.
You got you are you a candidate in anything?
Yeah, for Damien and I are candidates for the Hall of Fame, which is to say that we've been doing YouTube for a long time.
Okay.
Right. Well, it would be great if we could win the same award together, but anyway.
No, listen,
I'm pretty sure one of the big channels there
I think so. I think we're
Especially given
behind the 8
some
ball,
of the-
unfortunately.
some of the
But you
people
know what?
passed away.
It doesn't matter to me. I voted for you every time. I'm going to continue
Thank you
So-
very much.
until it happens.
And I will vote for you. This is number 64.
So which one of you are older, Sleepy or Roger?
I am 3 years older than Roger.
Sleepy's been on longer than I have as well.
Oh, and I've been on longer, yeah.
That's what I meant. Okay. I already knew about the age.
I started in 2012.
Okay. Well, okay.
I started in 2017, so
But I think,
how come-
you know-
how's it- okay. Yeah.
I particularly I've always loved this cover. I'm not sure why, but I like the style it's painted in.
I mean, if we're gonna go by age, I mean, Joe should be in there, like oldest guy in the.
no,
Right.
it's by how old your channel is, not whoever is running the channel.
Joe.
I wonder how long Joe's been on running his channel. Maybe 3 years?
3
I'm not
years,
sure.
maybe. Yeah, he'll be up there in 3 years. Yeah.
Oldest comic collecting teenager.
Hey, you see, we should have some novel categories like that
Yes,
because
like
that
oldest
would be
teenager, that would be
hilarious. Yeah,
Savage Sword.
me too.
So-
Yeah.
I guess maybe I heard about First Kingdom because it was advertised on the back of Savage Sword of Conan. I'm not sure.
Yep, we did get those in the shop. I remember those. Yep.
They have cool art, but they're not terribly readable.
No, they're not the best. No. They're kind of on the amorous, end. It's just
Amorous? Well, there's a lot of nudity, although I don't remember if it's amorous nudity.
Well,
but anyway.
that's
And then
what I
also
mean.
ElfQuest is being
A
advertised.
little
on the
loose
back.
when it comes to those things. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
I know what you mean.
Joe-
ElfQuest, though, was a little less amorous.
Why are they
Although
not
there was-
bagged and boarded, Damien?
I always, hey, Trev, you should
I
have said.
just undug these from a box. I didn't
Joe read
even know I
comics on
had.
brand new tablets, stone tablets. You know?
Oh, no, yeah, he read them off glyphs. Those carvings in the sides of the canyons. That's a good
I
one,
have to
Fred.
confess, I'm not the best. I don't take bagging and boarding as seriously as I should, but all of these seem to be in fine condition. But it must have been like, I don't know, 12 or 15 years that I put these in a box and forgot where I put them. And I was wondering if I still had all those Warrior magazines, but I did.
Cool.
Okay, almost at the end. Here's the final Conan. It's also a cool cover.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So that's done for now.
All right, Glenn, good stuff. I mean, those Warriors really got me, because I've heard of them, but I've never seen them.
Keep an eye out for them. You might run into them.
I'm going to a show here in Clifton, New Jersey, and not this weekend, but the next one. We'll see. But I have a list. I'm trying to find. I'm doing this trade with Higgy. I want to make sure I can find commensurate things so I can get that done. And a few other things, other people I'm looking for some stuff for. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, and you want to keep your focus, or things go.
And at
crazy,
my age, I have
like
to keep my
mine.
focus. Plus, there's only so much room in the Medicaid. So.
There's that.
All right. So this Saturday on Cover Slingers, I couldn't be there. My wife had an event we had to be at, but I did have the comics, so I'm going to show some of those. And Ray, I think one of these you showed. So here we have.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, really? Hopefully you won't be the judge, jury, and executioner. Adventure Comics 370, where the jury consists of all kinds of ne'er-do-wells, including Dorzak, a murderer. And he has what his crime is. Dorzak the murderer.
Oh, that Bumblebee. Is that a first appearance or?
No, his first appearance is the one I will show after this one. Coldan the traitor, right over there. And then you have Thrun the saboteur, right there. Thrun the saboteur. And then you have Golgra the assassin.
And are these
who
the
is
members
the judge?
of the jury?
Who is the judge, you might ask? None other than Mordru the sorcerer.
Ah.
And the Legion are the ones on trial. And look at that. He's in a
Devil's
stock
jury.
right there.
I'm
So
surprised that could hold him.
yeah, right. So this would have been one of mine for
There is a bit of yellow there.
Yeah.
there's a bit of yellow. I was hoping that Matilda would sort of consider
the
that
other
more
parts of the
cream. She's she's a little bit forgiving when it's not bright yellow, So, but as we all know, I bag and board my comics back and forth, so there's one on the back, and that is the first appearance of Mordru, I do believe. And this is a Neil Adams cover, Adventure Comics 369, and there he is breaking through that vault. And look what he says here: Legionnaires, say your prayers. I warned you, no vault could keep me prisoner. We're dead. His magic is greater than our combined superpowers. That's Mon-El when he's like frightened, So, oh boy. All right. So that would have been my first one. This would have been my second. I don't think anybody showed this one, which is kind of surprising because I thought it was pretty much on point. That is Marvel Team Up number 51, Chaos in the Court. And back there you see the judge, you have the Glory, and you have this protruding monolith or something coming through the floor. And there you see the frightening people in the jury, I do believe. So I thought that was a good one. And then on the back of that,
Why is that a flag? That even have a U.S. flag on there.
Yeah, that's right. It has a U.S. flag. Not real prevalent, but it's there. Marvel Team Up 52. I bought this one off the rack. That's Atroc, the Leaper, and some kind of demon there.
Batroc Ziliper.
That demon is very familiar. Demon.
The practicer of les Sabat.
Mon Dieu. Zut alors.
Ooh.
My daughter thinks Batroc's hilarious, so we've been reading Batroc stories.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that I remember him saying Zut alors. And,
Oh yeah. He has the way they wrote him before was more villainous, but now he's more like kind of ambivalent, you know. I think you showed this one, Ray, but you showed the reprint. Hulk 153.
Yeah.
You showed that,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's
The
a
world, my jury. And the judge here is saying, I hereby sentence you to no, stay back.
Yeah.
If that broke out and it's coming at you, I'd say suspended sentence. Oh boy. I believe back there is Matt Murdock right there.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you pointed that out or not, Ray.
Oh, is this covers you use on cover slingers or something?
I would have used them, except I wasn't there on Saturday. On the back is Hulk 152.
Love that one.
But it says who will judge the. There's not a courtroom though, but the title says who will judge the Hulk, and there you have Avengers and Daredevil and Defenders and Fantastic Four. Sorry, and of course Nick Fury there.
Previous covers shouldn't have judged Hulk. They shouldn't have.
Yeah, shouldn't have. Probably not a good idea as such. All right, so this one, I don't think anybody showed this one here, and this is like the first one I thought of, and it's a title which this is another title that somebody Dope Comics was asking which ones I really love to read. I love to read the Captain America Silver Age through the Copper Age. I've read it 2 or 3 times, and it has such variety and the writers, but the consistent theme is the morality and the willpower of Steve Rogers, right? And here we have Captain America 191 with everybody's favorite villain, the Stilt Man.
Stilt Man.
And there you see the courtroom, and there is the judge down there. And the Stilt Man says, "I've been paid to murder you, hero." And the Stilt Man never fails. Now, I'm afraid he's a little bit of a liar here, right?
He's a bit deluded.
Yeah, that's a canard in anybody's world, right? And it says, "There's."
I don't remember what the Falcon was on trial for. I love that era of Captain America too.
I did too. Sal Buscema, I think, did a lot of the art here. Frank Robbins did. Comic Curator 68. That's one of his favorite artists. Okay.
I was a big fan of the Buscema one, but
me too. I thought he was perfect for this era.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. All right. And then on the back of that, as you may know, is 192.
Sounds like Joe never had a boring day at his court.
Let's see what he says here. Those cars remind me of a typical day. Wow, Joe. No
never had a boring day, did
he?
Good thing Joe had superpowers.
Well, if he survived, let's keep it on the down low just in case somebody's listening. All right, Captain America 192. Now, this is one of those things where I'm like, this is highly unlikely, right? Dr. Faustus is kicking Captain America out of that. I think it's some kind of plane or copter or something. Dr. Faustus is a very overweight, out of shape psychiatrist. So,
I love the supervillain who's an evil psychiatrist. That's hilarious.
Evil psychiatrist, exactly. Talk about an oxymoron, right? I mean,
right.
Anyway. Sort of, but you have evil philanthropists like Lex Luthor, so why not? Right? All right, so this one I think Greyman showed, Ray, and you tell me if that was the case. Because my memory, I saw the show, but I see so many comics every day that I get. So here's Strange Adventures 239.
Yeah, Greyman showed that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Now,
an excellent one. Although
Now-
there's yellow.
Now, Joe, being a retired but a barred attorney, knows that only humans can be tried. Animals cannot be tried in a court of law. But anyway, it says, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty. And he says, no, I'm innocent, I tell you, innocent. So apparently he's a very highly intelligent and verbal ape here. But anyway, and my last one, and then we'll go back to Ray.
You deny enough, you can convince people.
Is Strange Adventures 240. Now remember, this is not the courtroom. This is just on the other side of the bag and board. But I think this is a really cool cover. Strange Adventures 240. And this is the lifeboat of space.
Ooh, I like that.
That is cool. Is that Kaluta?
I think it is, yes. Yep. Michael Kaluta.
That's
right
a
there.
very cool cover. I don't think I have that one. I need to look for
Pretty
it.
cool cover.
I really like the grimace in the face there. You know, if you're being launched out of a ship at that speed, your face would look similar to that, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever gone through that, by the way, but physics will tell you, right? So
There's still time. It might happen.
highly unlikely, Damien. Highly unlikely. I try to lead a much safer life at this point in my life, not so adventurous. All right, Ray, what you got, my friend?
I got Batman, number 154, 1963.
I told you I've seen the Green Monster somewhere before.
Yeah, he looks familiar. Yeah. What would Matilda say? Look at that Iron Man in the corner box. What's wrong with that? She'd obsess about that and forget about the rest of the cover. He's absolutely right, by the way. She will concentrate on these little nitpickies and not the totality of the cover.
That count as a bubble head?
Hey, Steve.
That's a fun cover. I wonder if that's Carmine Infantino.
Let me see that again,
It
Ray.
is Carmine.
It is. All right.
Yeah,
Damien's really good at identifying those Silver Age
Carmine
artists.
was so good in the Silver Age and then so bad in the Bronze Age. It was weird.
That's another Carmine Infantino, I bet.
Yeah, that's a classic Carmine. I've seen that reprinted in a lot of places.
All animals are innocent. Yeah, there you
and
go.
Murphy Anderson.
But he is a sentient. Well, that would be a legal conundrum there to debate, I suppose.
Right.
No
That's a
gorillas, Jackson,
weird
but
looking
chimps.
cover.
That's yeah.
1960.
Is that Jay Lewis? Is that Jay Lewis?
No, I don't think so. No,
It does look a little like him, but I don't think
it
it's
does. Yeah. Love space launches from UFOs. Yeah,
I think it's happened to Aaron already.
1988.
that would explain a lot, right?
It affected his music.
Hey man, these comic books
Was
just
that
look
pencil head or something?
Woo! Wow, the
Who
eraser
tried to rub out Batman.
who tried to rub out Batman.
Whoa, that's that's
There was a
intense.
Marvel villain called the Living Eraser.
Oh really? Huh.
Yeah.
Missed out.
Hey, our chemist, how you doing, Arsenio? Welcome. Good to see you here. I hope all is well with you and the family. I love having these shows live because I see people that have been, involved in the community for many years, and sometimes you haven't seen them for a while. They'll pop in. It's like, you're seeing an old friend, making sure that they're okay. That kind of.
That's
dynamic.
nice. Yeah, knowing that they're still out there.
still living among the living. I don't know about.
Well, people have other priorities. They have children. They have other responsibilities. They change jobs. They're maybe working late hours. So there are many reasons, but it's always good to at least hear from them every once in a while.
Superboy.
Paid PX. So that may have been from a military base, perhaps?
That makes sense.
Somebody in the chat may know what that stands for, but I think it's some kind of exchange, as I recall. Atomic Superboy.
Good hot burn.
Yeah, he probably had some of my cooking. My wife says I make everything a little bit too hot, too spicy.
Is your wife also of Cuban extraction?
No, she's a Southern belle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you probably grew up with spicier food than her, I assume.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, I had to be careful. Like when her parents passed away, but when we used to cook for them, we had to really tame it down because they couldn't take it at all. Now she's living. You know, we've been married 31 years. She's a little bit more acclimated, but
Right.
Hey guys, I better go. Wife's calling, so.
Okay,
all right, buddy.
Speaking of wives,
Hey,
great to see you, NammaN.
See you again.
guys.
Right.
Hey, Greyman.
Bye.
Come by next week if you can. All right, buddy. We
Bye.
miss you. Ray showing the Silver Age DC that he said he had a lot of trouble looking through and everything. And here it comes out in bushels.
160 from 1969.
I always remember that cover. It's so dramatic.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's one of those underrated classics myself.
169, 1970.
What's he hugging there?
Clark Kent.
Oh, he's his own. Sorry,
His own
I
alter
was
ego
looking
died.
at the wrong part, and I didn't realize what it was.
I wonder what
His
happened
own
there.
casket.
Yeah, I moved to PA and working early morning, so I've been showing attention to my son being a first-time dad. That's a good priority right there. Good for you.
Definitely.
Good for you, buddy. Hey, real rude. Yes, we try to keep it positive here, and we try to keep it comics related. Oh, here, question for the community. I'm sorry. I love that one. Isn't that like the first
that's a great one.
Aqualad or something like that? Anyway, I may be wrong about that. Don't worry
Yeah, I
about it.
think you're right.
I am right. Hey,
Yeah.
even a broken clock's right twice a day. Here's a question for a community. I'm kind of curious about this. Where do you all like to vacation to? If you do vacations, that is. Do you have like a certain spot that you go to on a yearly basis or regular basis, or are you just like, you want to try different places in the United States, abroad, wherever it may be? I'm curious.
Old Orchard Beach up in Maine.
Oh,
That's where we go.
that's interesting you say that, because somebody told my wife that the other day, that we should go up there.
Place is awesome.
Interesting. Okay.
Big,
Good to
big
hear.
waves. You can boogie board. You can boogie board up there.
I may be texting you so you can give me, specifics.
Before
'Cause
my
my
father
wife
died,
wants to go up there in about a month or two. So
speaking of Maine, before my father died, we went every summer and spent a week or 2 weeks on Great Pond in Maine.
Great Pond or
Great
Great
Pond. Great Pond.
Okay.
It's a lake, but they call things ponds in Maine. They're weird.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, I got that one for Higgy. So yeah, that's a good one. It's a beautiful, beautiful cover.
Awesome cover.
Yeah. I read through it and it's a pretty good story too. I was careful. All right. So Las Cruces says Las Vegas. Okay.
So I went to Las Vegas for the first time this summer.
Really? What'd you think?
Pluses and minuses,
Right.
it was fun. Me and my daughter went. My wife's extremely busy, so we went as sort of a last summer hurrah, and we saw 3 shows, and we stayed at a hotel called Mandalay Bay that's famous for its swimming pools, and the pools were wonderful, but it was very hot. And I sunburned the top of my head. I forgot to put sunscreen up there.
Wear a hat next time, David. Wear a hat, buddy.
But we saw the Tournament of Kings, which is a jousting show. And we saw a Cirque du Soleil show that was really cool. And we saw Blue Man Group. We were less excited by the Blue Man Group show.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So
Great.
that was just last week. And
Wow.
Oh,
Fabulous.
Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group. Wow.
But it's a very weird place. It's like being in a shopping mall of the future or something that just goes on forever.
Okay. All right.
Have you been to Vegas?
I have a long time ago though.
Yeah.
So it was probably much different back then.
Yeah, it seems to be all these just mega hotels, which are
Yeah.
kind of fascinating, but it's just a weird experience.
Yeah.
Because usually we do things like we used to go to the cabin in Maine that my parents had, and now we often go for little long weekends to the Oregon coast.
Oh, two of them. Look at there.
There you go.
Nice. And those are some nice metalmen you showed too, by the way. I was looking at that. If Surf Blue was here, he'd be like, put those in my box.
That's another really cool.
Clark
Superman
Kent's
film.
phony death. Neil
That's
Adams,
happened
right?
a million times. Yeah, it looked like Neil Adams.
All right, let's see what Jackson says. This year, I'm planning a vacation at the Medicaid while Roger is away.
That is an awesome plan.
All right, just let me know when you're going. I'll show you the. I'll turn off the lasers. I'll make sure that the neighbor doesn't have the sniper rifle pointed, and I'll talk to the alarm company.
How about you, Roger? Do you have a regular place you return to?
My wife, because my wife is visually impaired, visual locales don't really appeal to her that much.
Makes sense.
The visual aspects of it. So she likes to be out in the ocean. So we just generally take a cruise or two a year.
Ah, okay.
Because it's more self-contained for her, and she really enjoys the shows, the singing, and she enjoys the music, and of course the pool. She likes to lay out in the sun and listen to music. She also likes, we do go on excursions, but generally they're sensory excursions, like things she can touch in like plantations, things like that. So that seems to be working for her. So that's generally what we do. Yeah.
Well, and when you were living in Florida, going on cruises is a relatively simple thing compared to people have to fly a long way to Florida to get to.
Yeah, we live 10 minutes from the port. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was very convenient. What number is that, Ray?
359.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. All right, let's see what E-Man's saying. Hawaii, Oahu, North Shore, absolutely amazing. Next year, Tahiti and Moorea in France, French Polynesia. E-Man, dude, criteria
Nice
for vacation,
vacations.
Volcano Island Beach, good food. Dude,
I
you're
wonder
living
if
the
he
life,
surfs.
Oof.
Maybe he surfs or snorkels or something.
Wow. Yeah. Man. Could you
I
adopt
went
me?
to Kauai for my honeymoon
Oh, wow.
and did
cool.
some fun snorkeling there.
Cool. I've never been to Hawaii. I want to go one day. Arsenio says Bermuda and the Mahogany Bay. We're going to Bermuda in a month for our anniversary on a cruise. So
On a cruise, nice.
yeah. So yeah. Cool. I've never been there. So
Now, is
As
it
a
hard
child,
on
we
a
would visit
cruise
my
not
grandmother
to
in
put
Maine.
on pounds?
I have a pretty strict
That's a wild cover.
yeah, that is a wild cover. I have a pretty strict way that I manage myself on cruises, so that I do a lot of walking and exercising. But I don't eat desserts, so that and I don't drink, so that
Right.
lowers
that cuts
the
out some
calorie.
calories. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you walk a lot so that you can not
I
feel
walk.
bad
I
about
never
it.
take the elevators. I always walk everywhere. I have a morning constitutional and generally also an evening one. So I generally, that's creepy. Jeez,
I'm melting.
man, I've never seen that one before.
Well, one day in Vegas, I walked 15,000 steps without leaving the hotels because they're all connected to each other.
Ooh, wow.
The Atom. That's
Adam,
nice.
nice. Outside of Vegas has amazing restaurants. Okay, good to know. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Yeah, welcome. It's another one that I voted for, of course. Great community member, great exposure to the
That's a
community.
death knell of the world. Uh-oh. But we're still here.
Yeah. We did the Mediterranean cruise last year. Very nice. Oh, yeah. We did transatlantic a couple of years ago. That was a fantastic.
I'd like to try the Norwegian cruise where you go by the fjords.
Yeah, that's on our list as well. Yep. Yeah.
All right, somebody else go.
Somebody else go. All right. Damien, you ready for a little more?
Want me to
Sure.
keep going?
All right.
Can I, is it okay to go non-floppies books,
Of course.
but about comics?
Of course.
So I've got a couple of these things.
Ooh.
They're, what are they called? The Library of American Comics Essentials. And I think what they do is they just choose 1 year's worth of daily strips to sort of archive.
Wow.
Cool.
That
So
is
this
mega
is
cool.
alley-oop. So they're odd-shaped books, of course,
Wow.
because they're kind of in a large size of the.
Yeah, it's like they
strips.
clipped them right out of the newspaper and
Right.
stuck them in there. I mean, they didn't,
And-
obviously. Those are printed separately. But
Yeah. Yeah, so they're really fun. Whoops. And I remember reading Alley-Oop as a kid, but these are much earlier Alley-Oops. So I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to
yeah, that art looks
seeing what it was
amazing.
like.
Hey, listen, looks like Maine is like the place to go. Everybody's saying Maine over here.
Maine.
Yeah, Maine is a
Wow.
big vacation place. I don't know if
Alright.
the people in Maine like it or not, but that's what their economy is
no.
based on.
Never been to
Um,
Kauai, maybe one day. I love snorkeling. I wish I could surf. He doesn't surf.
Well, snorkeling is really cool, especially in those islands.
Bermuda's a
where you
cool
can-
place. Yeah, I can't wait to go.
So that was Alley-Oop from 1939, and this is Crazy Cat from 1934. And I don't know if you've looked at Crazy Cat, but it's
Take care,
a
Joe.
very surreal, weird kind of comic, and I like it better in these shorter strips than their more famous Sunday strips are just a little more, I don't know, it fits well in the shorter version to my mind.
Okay.
And then
I actually have a book of strips from Crazy Cat back in Florida.
yeah.
Yeah, and they are wacky.
It's very surreal, and
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it, but it's kind of cool.
That's the best word I could come up with as well. Surreal.
Yeah. And it's also almost kind of like the Three Stooges or something, like someone's
Yeah,
getting hit with a
slapstick
brick.
stuff. Yeah.
But then I just got this one. It's Tarzan of the Apes from 1929 by Hal Foster and someone named Rex Maxon. So well before Prince Valiant. And he later did, so this is very basic. He later did a more elaborate Tarzan before he did Prince Valiant. So, and this, it doesn't even have word balloons or hand lettering. It just has a huge amount of text under each picture. So I was a little disappointed when I got it, because I'm not, when I want a comic book, I don't want huge amounts of text.
Right.
But anyway, it's interesting. So it adopts, I believe, let's say here, somewhere it says, it adopts 3 Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan stories.
Nice.
Tarzan of the Apes, Return of Tarzan, The Beasts of Tarzan, and The Son of Tarzan. So four of the original novels are adapted in here.
I've never seen these before, Damon.
So I think this might, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this might be the very beginning of Hal Foster's cartooning career.
So we're talking 1920s or so?
1929.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that Prince Valiant started in the mid 30s, but I could be wrong. So I have to research.
I think
that.
you're right.
I love the early Prince Valiant stuff with Hal Foster. And then I've got a lot of art books. So we got a Mike Ploog, Modern Masters, Volume 19 is a Mike Ploog one. So these contain long, extensive interviews with the artists and then samples of their artwork.
Cool.
I kind of wish the artwork was bigger, but still cool stuff.
Well, at least
And
there
of
you
course-
have a full page.
Yeah, of course, I love Mike Ploog. So
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. He's in my top 5 artists. So.
and perhaps a super distant relative of yours, George Perez.
No, he's from Puerto Rico.
I know he's from
Cuba.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but I
But
do
maybe
have that.
you have ancient relatives back in Spain somewhere.
Oh, probably, yeah. I do have that one. I think that was sent to me by Jackson Roykirk, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, this is a pretty old one, I think.
Or
It's
was it-
volume
Was
2 of the
was that
series.
you, Jackson, who sent me that? I don't remember if it was you or James Gallegos. Now I don't remember.
So this has a lot of. This is better. This is better for the bigger pieces of art, I think.
I love
There's
that. I
some,
love that though.
Pencil
That is-
drawings of his and stuff.
That is such a great. It gets in depth into like a lot of the art I didn't even know he had done before. So
right.
really good.
Yeah,
stuff.
he's done so much.
Oh,
And I love collecting these art books, so I thought I would show them off. Michael Golden, and I don't know if I've actually looked through this one before. I need to get to this one. So this has some good full page artwork, some old pencil drawings, I guess, that he never
not
used.
me. Okay. It might have been James Gallegos then who sent me that.
Those two look kind of alike, right? James and Jackson.
Well,
They-
you know,
They both look like wrenches.
right. They both look exactly alike to me. No,
So there's that.
what it is that they both know my predilection for George Perez art. So, you know, I
Right.
confused, you know, the actual specifics of what they sent me. So
Did George Perez ever do any Captain America? Probably only in the Avengers.
only in the Avengers, as I recall. Yeah, maybe.
So
I
this-
think he did a few in Marvel 2-in-1 when he had that title. As well.
This is a Hellboy art book, so it contains a lot of.
That's right. You sent me the hot shots.
Hellboy.
That was cool too. Yes, that's right.
Wow, Matilda will love that book.
Oh yeah,
Hellboy
Matilda will go
pages.
gaga over that. Yeah.
And then some other odd bits and pieces,
Nice.
I'm with you,
covering
Scotty.
20
I'm with
years
you.
of his work.
I've never been a big fan of Mignola. It's always been like just,
Interesting.
it's always been more. Let me see. How can I explain this? He's a talented artist. Don't get me wrong. It's
Right.
just that, you know, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
His stuff has always been, I don't know, just sort of oddball to me.
he does like the oddball, and he likes the. It's almost abstracted a little bit,
mhm.
if that makes sense. But I like it quite a bit.
But
And then
obviously, the detail of what he puts into his work is amazing. I don't.
Right.
Kubrick,
Just not my preference.
Yeah. I was shocked. One of my friends on YouTube does not like Joe Kubert, but I love Joe
Wow.
Kubert. This actually has a lot of full stories in it. Oh, and some articles and covers and things.
Tommy
I
at
don't
War.
remember if it's got any pencils, but it sort of tracks his whole career. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Joe Kubert. I'm not, a lot of his great work was done in war comics, which is not something I normally collect. But if I see Joe Kubert, then I'll go for the war comics. So,
Yeah, I went to the Kubert school, and they had these poster size, even bigger than poster size, almost life size, like blow ups of some of his work, like original art.
wow.
Oh
That's nice.
man, just amazing stuff. I really wish that it's one of those things. I just was very tired that day, and so I left early. But the second floor they told me was full of even more stuff, and
Wow.
I was just. But
Well-
I'll go next year, and definitely I'll go up there and take.
I was
a video.
happy to see what you saw though, or what you showed us.
Yeah, that the hall when you come in has posters, but I'm told the original art stuff is more up top, and I flubbed it. I should have gotten better sleep the night before, I suppose.
And you may remember that I'm a big Steve Rude fan, and every year he puts out a sketchbook. So I have many years worth of sketchbooks of his. This 2023 is a particularly thick one. So you get sort of process art and various other things that he worked on during that year. And I think commissioned sketches and stuff. If only the new Space Ghost had Steve Rude working on it right now, but it's not a bad comic. But let's see. Yeah, so like there's a painting he did of the shadow.
Nice.
So yeah, Steve Rude, kind of an obscure guy now, but once in the 80s, a superstar. This is kind of weird. I was excited to get a book of covers of Planet Comics because that's probably the best thing about them, their covers. But actually, it was a disappointment. It's all like, it's almost like black and white Xeroxes on the inside.
Yeah.
So, oh well. I think when I bought this, it may have been in a bag, and I didn't.
Do you have the Gerber guides, Damien?
No, I don't. No, those have the covers of all the Golden Age comics, right?
Yeah, and they're very. I mean, they're a bit smaller, but very high quality. And let me tell you, it's just get ready to be depressed, right? Look through them because they're like, I want that, I want that, I want that.
And you'll never have them.
And you'll never have them. That's right. Or I can't say never, but most probably you're not going to get all of them.
I bought this from Neil Adams at a convention, and he was very nice to me, and we had a long chat. He apologized. He apologized for so many covers of DC Comics where he did not do the interior art. He thought I was going to complain to him about that or something, but I didn't have any plans to do that. But I guess it's a complaint he gets pretty often.
That's interesting, because you wouldn't think, right, that somebody would have to apologize for that because really it's not his call, right? I mean,
right, exactly, and that's what he said. They kept asking me for more covers, so
yeah, I mean his covers sold comics, so
I did love for a while he was doing painted covers of books, and I don't know if you remember seeing his Tarzan book covers, but I do love his paintings of Tarzan.
Yeah, I don't recall that. Hey, Lead Paint, welcome. Yeah. Great to see you here.
And
now
this
we're
is
talking.
An art book of Paul Galassi that he sells at conventions. By Vanguard. I don't know if that's a publisher that's still around, but this is, whoops. I guess I have some prints that just fell out. But I love Paul Galassi's artwork. He seemed a little down when I talked to him.
Oh.
Like maybe he wasn't happy with his current position in the comic book world. I'm not sure. Or maybe I just caught him on a bad moment.
Yeah.
But awesome artist.
Amazing talent though. I mean
Oh yeah. So I bought these prints from him.
Good. Also. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Yeah.
And here's a Master of Kung Fu print. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So he does wonderful work with dark light and shadow and all of that.
Yeah, I really appreciate. Gorgeous. Yeah.
He's kind of like Gil Kane. I mean, I can always tell a Paul Galassi face when I see him.
Yeah, it's very distinctive, isn't it? Yeah. That there was a transition there from like Zek to Day and Galassi in there, and his was like the shadowing that he had was just so unique,
Right.
Did Michael Golden ever do interior art? His cover is amazing. Yeah, he did do interiors.
But it's in odd places, like the Micronauts. There's one famous Avengers annual that he did the interior of.
Yeah.
I think he did a bunch of issues of the NammaN.
Right.
And
yes, he did.
I know he's done some other stuff, but those are the ones I can think of.
Yeah, I know he did a few like Marvel fanfares. There's a few others. I just can't recall them off the top of my head.
Right. I think someone told me, Jared Osborne, who used to work at Marvel.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think he was an art director at Marvel for a while.
Okay.
Golden. But then I think he's done a lot of other kind of art things.
Right.
Dave Cockrum has a one of those Tomorrow books called The Life and Art of Dave Cockrum, who, revitalized the Legion of Superheroes at one point.
Yes, he did.
Probably co-created most of the famous
Most of the new X-Men, yeah.
new X-Men characters. Yeah.
There's a long and controversial story about that, but I think it's pretty clear that the designs, at least, were Cochrum's.
Right. And I kind of feel like those designs kind of imply the powers and things like that, so that he should get more credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like one of the unsung people in comics.
Yeah, agreed.
And I guess this isn't an art book, but maybe obscure works by Wally Wood: Daredevil Aces, Commandos, and Other Sagas of War.
Okay.
And I think it's before his artwork was quite as distinctive as it became. Although this is pretty distinctive there.
Does anybody know this here? Do they still make Olympia beer?
That was a very popular beer in Washington State, I think. It might be from, yeah, I don't know if they still make that or not.
Maybe Aaron knows.
So this is a pretty cool book if you can find it. Who published it? Vanguard again. I don't know who Vanguard is. But
Okay. Cool.
I'm almost done. 2 more to go.
No worries.
Sorry for taking so much time.
No. That's fine. That's fine.
Al Williamson.
You don't have time limits here, Damien. We're stream of consciousness stream as well.
I start showing books and I forget how much time I take.
I do the same thing.
Oh wow! Look at the young Al Williamson.
Ooh.
I don't know what I picture him like, but I somehow find that surprising.
I never seen a picture of him. I had no idea what
Did
he
he
looked
work with Frank Frazetta? Did they work together at some point?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
But there's times where I love Al Williamson's style, and it's kind of a shame that eventually he just became an inker. And I think maybe, I don't know, I'm just guessing that he just decided the comic book industry didn't pay him well and he would just do what he can do quickly or something. But
Yeah, could be.
anyway, beautiful artist.
Agreed.
So I love this book. Oh yeah, and he also had that Alex Raymond kind of style. He might have even, I think he did some of those.
He did some Flash Gordon.
Gold Key, Flash Gordon, and some
Yeah, he
other
did
stuff.
Flash Gordon. Yep, sure did. And maybe for King as well.
And I'll end
Pretty
off.
sure I
with-
have several of his Flash Gordons, and I don't remember the publisher, but I know I have several of them.
This is kind of a biography of Hal Foster, the famous creator of Prince Valiant, for those who don't know. And it's really lavishly illustrated. It's also by Vanguard. So it's got photos and illustrations and just all kinds of stuff from Hal Foster's life. I didn't know before reading this that he grew up basically a kid in the wilderness out in Canada somewhere, just sort of spending most of his time, adventuring through the land, the wilderness, away from very civilized areas.
Interesting.
Until he moved to New York to become a famous illustrator and then a comic strip artist.
It's quite a difference in scenario there from the wilderness of New York.
Okay, that's my art books.
Look at here. Look at here. Damien will be offering these at $3 claims.
Yes.
Yeah. Jackson's always trying to make giveaways and claim sales, etc. Ain't gonna work. Do
you have Jackson's address? Maybe I should send him something.
I bet I do somewhere. Yes. I bet I do. Hit me up and I'll see if I can dig it up.
Okay.
If not, I'll ask him for it. He'll give it to me.
Because I love Jackson, but I don't know very much about him because he's a wrench.
He's a mystery man. He's a mystery man, but he's a great longtime supporter.
Yes, and he has a great sense of humor and everything.
And smart as a whip. So, and of course, he's the antithesis of comic mag musing. So, give him credit for that one as well. All right, Damien. Thanks for all that stuff. I mean, again, you show stuff that I'm like, I've never seen this before. I love that about you.
Awesome.
Speaking of awesome, it's your turn, Roger.
No, I don't have any more. I'm done.
We don't have any more.
I'm done. Yeah. I'm done, man. I'm done.
Oh,
Poor Ray, you're putting him on double duty.
Carry
Ray
you
will take us.
again?
Ray will take us home here. Let's about 15, 20 minutes, and we're out of here. I got to take out the meta dog here in a bit, so she'll be coming at my door and like, you know.
How do they get the tube into Superman's arm?
You know, that was my question. Do they have to put like some kryptonite there to weaken it or something? Right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these are questions that, you know, that I ponder at night. So,
Me too.
oh, yeah. Somehow I think that there's some ulterior motive there.
Beauty.
I don't know
and
why. But like, I don't even know myself.
I'm gonna
Nice
beat
one.
Greyman right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jimmy Olsen, one of his favorites. That look at that cover there. It's a kind of purplish pinkish. I'm a little bit colorblind, so let me know if it's different.
Yeah,
Purplish
it's purplish, pinkish.
Yeah,
Pinkish.
and then you got King Kong versus Godzilla, or you know, the analogies to that, right?
Right.
And then you have this guy filming it, and then
And
Superman getting.
Godzilla,
Yeah, I guess that's Titano, so he's like got the kryptonite vision, you know.
kryptonite vision. Yeah.
I think that's Jimmy Olsen filming it.
It's Splitsville for Olsen and Superman. I've never seen that one before. That's interesting. But Kal-El, I'm Jimmy Olsen. I'll be your pal when you grow up to be Superman. I've come from the future to save your world.
I love the old Kryptonian clothing. I hate the modern versions where they try to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
and
so yeah, funky stuff. Yeah, Kurt Swan, his Kryptonian clothing was just. It's what the '60s thought the future or another world would look like. Yeah.
Plus, there's a trend in modern Superman stuff to make Jor-El and Kryptonians in general kind of evil. And I think that's, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, here's a courtroom.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, but it's Jimmy Olsen, so you know you would have got a point off for that.
That's why I didn't show it. I went
that's why
with the
you
yellow
didn't.
cover.
Although, is it only when Gray shows Jimmy Olsen that it counts against a person?
This is funny here, guys. The other night I was at a trivia game, and a alliterative term was needed. Nobody knew what that meant, and I said, "You people never read a comic, do you? Have you?" Oh boy.
Where would Stan Lee be without alliteration? You know?
I tell you, I mean, there would be no Peter Parker. I mean, there would be no Matt Murdock. There would be no.
And Superman would have no love life.
No love life, exactly. No Lois Lane, no Lana Lang, nothing.
Lori Lemaris.
Lori Lemaris, that's right. I forgot about that one. Yeah. That I love that cover. That is the most bizarre thing.
It is.
What's wrong with this cover? Oh yeah, I love that one.
What's right with this cover would be the better question. Nothing. Zero. A girl mightier than Superman.
Is that the one that turns out to be from a planet where they evolved from birds?
I don't know.
He thinks he's found his perfect mate because she has superpowers just like him. And then at the end, he finds out she was evolved from a bird, so he can't marry her.
Oh, wow.
When she takes her helmet off, she has feathers instead of hair.
Oh, Ray, that's a cool one. I've never seen that before. I don't think.
Yeah.
1963.
She's stopping an ICBM, looks like there. Wow. Yeah, it would go good next to King Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah. Oh, that one I remember when you got one. That one, yeah, I remember that one.
Giant hand again.
Oh yeah, we saw that. What is the pink Jimmy with his hand?
World's finest.
He's shakily been more open-minded. Okay. Hmm.
Who's buried there? Their children?
Jimmy Olsen and
Oh,
Robin.
Jimmy and Robin. They're
Yeah.
sidekicks.
Oh, Composite Superman. That's a great villain. I very underrated villain. He has all the powers of the Legion of Superheroes.
Huh. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, he gives them a heck of a time. Oh,
Doubles.
there we go.
I have an
Nice,
affection for people with giant bulging heads.
I wonder why. So the new leader, he used to have like a cylindrical head, right? But now
Right.
he's more bulbous.
They've changed it? Oh, well, I like the
Yeah, now
cylindrical head.
it's more rounded. It has like these, like I don't know what you call these, like cysts or something. I don't know. I haven't really
Like bumps
read
or something.
Hulk since the 90s, but that's the way he
Uh-huh.
looked back then.
They should have like a legion of big-headed villains or something. Enter the Demolisher.
Maybe we can just come up with it. Oh, that's a good one. Number 2. Wow, early. That's not from your original collection, though, right? Right? These are ones you found, right?
No,
Is
that's
that,
from
is that the Melter?
Yeah.
Unicorn. That's the
The
unicorn. Look at the unicorn on his,
Oh,
his
yeah.
chest there. Yeah.
So he shoots out unicorn beams.
Well, some kind of force beam, I do believe. But I don't remember exactly. I don't think it's like rainbows and lollipops or anything like that. But Gladiator, I thought that was a well-conceived villain as well because he had those wrist blades, so he could keep everybody at bay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The duel must end.
Nice, right? I mean, I didn't know you had these Iron Men.
He's been
Keeping them
holding out on
away, you know. Controller.
a controller.
Yeah.
I wonder if he controls.
He has these little discs that he puts on you, and then he can control you. Ah. Monotone
That's a
cover.
cool cover. Cry Carnage. Who is that? I couldn't.
George
That's the controller.
Control.
Oh, that's the controller again. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't tell with the red.
Cry Revolution. There's a lot of crying on Iron Man covers, apparently. Crying not in the sense of tears, but in, you know, you're projecting your voice.
When I was a kid, I thought it was terribly ironic that he was called the Invincible Iron Man, because in every episode I would read, he would run out of battery power and
Right.
searching for a place to plug in.
Yeah,
He's not
exactly.
very invincible.
No. I mean, the Mandarin has, you know, beat him up several times. He just comes
Right.
back, but yeah, the leader looks like broccoli now. That's right. That's how I remember him. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. The controller is in charge of TVs. You're so clever, Scotty. Ooh, Submariner.
Is that Marie Severin, I would guess?
Yep.
Yeah, good one. Good one. Nice. Death, thou shalt die. A little redundant, I think, but it works, you know.
Captain Marvel
Yeah.
in the water.
Yeah, shouldn't that be the other way around? Yeah. Anyway.
He just
Fight
wanted
me
to
like
go
a
for a
man.
nice swim. Fight like a man.
Oh, that's one of those tube covers.
Did you guys ever do a tube cover?
Is that a category? Maybe there's one that
I
hasn't
think
come up.
it is.
Yeah, I
I
think
think-
it is. Like people in
It
tubes.
hasn't come up on the wheel yet.
Hasn't come up on the wheel yet. Yeah.
That's a nice Buscema cover. I'm not sure which Buscema.
I think that's Sal. Looks like
Okay,
Sal. It
yeah,
doesn't,
I think you're
it doesn't
right.
have the
It's got the,
the only
sound
way I
mount.
can tell them apart is John has a little thicker lines on the
Ah.
outside. Sal's a little bit less.
Sal has a certain way of drawing mouths when they're open and looking upset.
Yeah, true.
That looks like Sal too, I think.
Getting down to the end.
Oh, nice. It's Gene Colan, big spread
Right.
there.
I was trying to remember who did that. Thanks for saying Gene Colan.
Mhm.
Is that one Gene Colan also?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can always tell from his poses they're very dynamic. You know, they're very like
Right.
it's almost like everybody's triple jointed. You know, like
Yeah. Unlike Buscema, they look a little flexible.
Yes.
A little rubbery or something.
Yeah, Buscema's a little bit more not stiff exactly, but
Right.
not quite as you know, malleable.
A little closer to what a human being could actually do.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that's Barry Smith. There is that right?
Is it?
Is that Barry Windsor
What?
Smith?
Good.
Yeah.
Frank Springer.
Oh, Springer. Oh, okay.
Frank Springer.
Okay.
I think of him as an inker. I don't usually see his. I know he did do penciling, but
Aaron is saying, thanks for sharing these, Ray. Absolutely loving it. Me too. Thank you, Aaron, for that. Yep. Sal, here's confirmation. Sal's mouths can be crazy. Yep. Captain Marvel, that's not Brie Larson. This is way before that.
And that's a Gil Kane pose right away. I know it.
He got it.
Yep.
Gil Kane.
Yep.
Plus, his figures are always kind of skinnier.
Yeah. Yeah. There's certain tells that some artists have that's what I focus on, but others
Right.
I just like I have a heck of a time. Not Don Heck.
A Don heck of a time.
I have a heck of a time with Milgram.
Yes.
Al Milgram. He
and for
doesn't
me,
have,
Ron Wilson also.
I'm actually okay with Ron Wilson.
Okay, you're good at recognizing him.
But I have
always,
never
when I
been
see
able to
Ron
figure out a
Wilson-
Milgram cover.
Huh. Was that Marie Severin, that last one there?
I didn't even take a look at it.
It went by quickly.
Let me see.
I don't know. I didn't write it down.
It could be
Hmm.
Herb Trimpe also.
Yeah,
And
I don't see a lot
sometimes
of-
Marie Severin and Herb Trimpe work together, like one ink,
Yep.
one
Yep.
pencil, because they both worked in the office.
I didn't. Yeah, there's not a lot of tells on that cover, so I don't know.
No, I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
All right, so here we're talking about cover slingers here. What I don't understand is that the wheel gets larger and larger, except for rare cases, as one category is subtracted. Yeah, but sometimes there are dual winners, so you'll get two on the wheel, and I think that's
So
why
that
it grows
builds
a little
up
bit.
over time.
Ah,
Masterpieces.
nice. So these are reprints from the
Will this be Golden
50s.
Age or 50s? Okay.
I think it might be 40s or 50s. You know, that Atlas
Yeah,
transition
so.
time. I'm not sure now.
Mhm.
Let's see what Lead Paint is saying here. Milgram was good in the 70s, but got looser in the 80s. Yeah.
Oops. Milgram is easier to spot interiors than on covers.
And the last one.
Hey, nice.
The two torches meet, I guess.
Origin of Toro.
Oh, it's Toro. Okay.
Well, that's
I forgot
and the
about
Human
Toro.
Torch. Yeah, that's both of them.
That's it.
That's it.
Awesome covers, Ray.
That's
What do you
it.
mean? That's it. What do you want,
That's
more?
it. That's it.
That's it.
Gosh.
Here you go, Roger.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Hi-oh.
Oh, yeah, Hyle Silver. Yeah.
Hi-oh.
There we go.
Hi-oh.
Oh man, you just love to troll me, Ray. You just love it. I mean, it's like it's like what can I do to get back for him asking me to dig through all these
I can't
boxes?
believe it.
That's right. Those never get removed. Supposedly, they never get removed. So, all right, gentlemen. Any last words?
Live long and prosper.
Oh, excellent.
Live
Excellent.
long and prosper. Exactly.
So I think Ray, you and I are going to be on Cover Slingers on Saturday on Greyman's channel.
What was the theme again? Is it hair or the 80s?
80s. Like,
That's very broad.
I mean, I mean, I have some 80s comics. I mean, I don't know what else to do, you know?
They
So,
never put a big 80 on a cover. It's always 100 or 50. But
I guess you could have issue 80s or whatever, but anyway.
yeah, I guess just issue 80. Yeah.
I really prefer when things are a little more specific than that, you know?
Yep. Me too.
But, I mean, who picked that? Was that one of Bill's brilliant picks? I mean,
yeah. Well, he started off with hair. 80s hair.
80s hair. Yeah.
Well, that was
Thank
more
God he
specific.
changed at least that, because I mean, listen, what was there, like, what are you, mullets? I mean, what,
Mullets. Mullets were back in the 80s.
Yeah.
back in the
So-
80s, maybe early 90s?
You look for a Superman cover with it when he had his mullet haircut.
Maybe those punk cuts, you know, the
Right.
side
Right.
things, you know? I don't know. I mean,
I don't-
we all lived through the 80s.
Storm with
and
her
it was-
mohawk, I guess it's kind of.
I guess the mohawk, yeah, that was
Mohawk, yeah.
late 70s, early 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we lived through it, but I mean, to find covers with those specific hairdos, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like Mission Impossible. So
Yeah.
I'm glad he changed at least that way. Damon, you got anything up?
Nothing in particular. I'm reading a bunch of new comics, which maybe doesn't interest this audience so much, and I will eventually, do another video where I talk about all the recent comics I read, maybe in a
Okay.
few days.
And you've done a few collabs with Garage Geek.
Yeah, Garage Geek and I work well together because we're both on the West Coast and we have
Right.
similar tastes.
Okay.
There are other people I'd like to collab with, but so I'm super happy that I got to come on this show.
Well, we're happy.
And the other thing I could mention for people who like science fiction and other kinds of prose books, I do have a booktube channel called Sleepy Book Reader. And I just did 4 episodes on different decades of science fiction. So some people might be interested in that.
Okay, I am sub to that channel, so I will check it out. Any 80s covers from JR Jr., so fashion conscious.
There's true. There is those bad 80s fashions
Yeah.
that sometimes show up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The 80s to me weren't like the most fashionable of eras, It's just
Yeah. I think people like 10 years younger than us are super nostalgic about the 80s.
Yeah.
We like the 80s, or I liked the 80s, but I don't have the same nostalgia for it that I do the 70s, because that was the generation when I was a teen.
I'm with you 100%. Yeah, I'm with you. And anyway, so all right, gentlemen. Thank you, chat, for being here. As always, you guys are the best. We kept it positive. We kept it fun. We kept it going and all kinds of different topics. If you are so inclined, support the community, sub up to these gentlemen and anybody in the chat that you are not familiar with, so we can continue growing exponentially. Remember the Comic Book Community Awards? I did a short, or I left a link for it, thanking the community for my nomination. And and again, I'm not asking you to vote for me. I'm asking you to go there and vote your conscience. Whoever you think is best fits that category, that's who you should vote for. Not because anybody's influence you or anything like that. I don't pretend to campaign things like that, because ultimately it's your decision and not me to influence you about.
Yeah, and you don't have to vote in every category. Like some categories, I don't have enough knowledge.
I'm with you 100%. Yeah, some of the bigger channels,
speculation channels. I pass on those.
Big speculation channel. I have no idea who those guys are.
Right.
So I'm not going to vote for somebody just because, they're there. I think that does a disservice to the other people in that category. So, vote whoever you wish for whatever category you wish. So, all right, gentlemen.
Another message I'd like to give then on that community. If you don't have a channel and you're thinking about starting a channel, do it. Just have fun and let us know that you've started a channel, and we'll sub up and chat comics with you.
I'm glad you're asking me to vote for you. I'm glad you're not asking me to vote. Yes, correct. I am asking.
Jackson is going to write in Bill, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that if there was a write-in option, definitely that's. I only voted for 4 things. Yeah, I voted for everything except, like, again, if I had no knowledge of it, then I just skipped it. Like I said, the bigger speculation channels, I don't watch that.
Yeah.
So, I didn't. I think there was maybe one or two others I just had no idea about. But again, it's a great thing. I mean, what I do, and I'll just share this, right? What I do is I go through those categories, and then I look for those channels that I'm not subscribed to, like some of the unknown channels, things like that.
Yes, that's good for that.
And I give them a chance, but that's me, I don't expect everybody to be watching my channel, but I want to know about them because this community has, we pay it forward here. When I was coming up, Ray and I, and Joker 68, Silver Age Dave, we would, talk about each other's channels and have people try to cross all the other channels so they could see like-minded channels,
Right.
And
well, so I found out about NammaN.
To pay forward. Go ahead.
I found out about NammaN because he commented on one of my videos and said I've got my own channel. So that's how I found out about him early. So I think just tell people you like that you started a channel is a good way to start.
Yeah, and feel free on any of my chats to do that. If hey, I've started a channel, or I know some people that have been, sometimes lurking or they're chatters, right? But then they do actually, like Eric K is a good example. He's been on YouTube for a long time, but just did commenting, right? And now he started a channel. He's showing short runs and showing his favorite story arcs, things like that. And it's, he's very interesting. I met him at Heroes Con as well. So, feel free to, talk about your channel and so forth. And if you want somebody to drop a link, Jackson will be more than happy to do that. Notice I'm like talking for Jackson here, but I think our relationship goes far back enough and trust that he knows what I'm talking about. I love the guy. Don't you worry. Let's see. Anything else? Roger, you do pay for it. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Well, again, people have done that for me, so I feel a responsibility to do that for others. I miss Silver Age Dave a lot. I do keep in contact with him, but he is kind of out of the comic business.
Right.
Yeah, he's focusing on his family and his health. So I respect that. I do contact him about 2 or 3 times a year though, to see how he's doing. Damien is again, one of my absolute favorites from way back when. So.
Well, Aaron is a perfect example of like a person who comes on and gets into the community spirit of things, and everybody loves him now.
Yeah. And he keeps crediting me because I invited him on a stream for live stream. I was like,
right,
listen, you don't got to credit me. You had it in you all the time. I was just happened to be the spark at that time, but eventually he would be in the same place.
Right. Right.
So don't. All I'm saying is that don't think that I had anything to do with that, because I just saw the potential that was there, and I knew it was going to be blossoming. So and he has done a great job. He's got his own crew. He's now selling in those claim sales, and couldn't be prouder of Aaron for what he's doing here on the community. So, all right, gentlemen. Thank you again. Hopefully I'll have another stream next Tuesday. And Damien, if you're available, I'd love to have you as always. You're again, first of all, I like the fact that, we are in the same era, so that, when I make these arcane references, at least that you know what I'm talking about. And Ray as well is also in our era. So he knows about the 70s and 80s just as well as we do. Thank you, Ray, again for digging all those out for me. But really, I think the chat was just blowing up at the stuff you were showing. So
yeah, a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, so I think you got because of me, you got a lot more accolades and kudos than you would have if it was just you. Let's put it that way.
You do the talking, I'll do the showing.
All right. Okay. Perfect. That sounds like a great kind of symbiotic relationship. I love it. Chat, you guys are the best. Again, thank you so much. Love you all. And you too, gentlemen. Thanks again for sharing this time with me. Always a great time to be here on YouTube, friends, especially those that love comics as much as I do. All right, everybody, you know what I'm going to say? Be kind to each other. Be blessed. Be back.